More details about the Pokemon World's 2023 competitive trailer for the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC. Get to talk about the 19th Tera Type and some implications. Why is there rainbows around the borders of the moves? Oh, I don't like that. We also get to break down the new moves that were shown, types and new moves for the previously revealed Paradox Pokemon, and some other observations from the game. Hi, Shaman. So if you enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, share with your friends, comment your thoughts down below, and stock up on energy drinks. You're gonna need it. We have the Teal Mask next month. We also have all kinds of crazy things happening with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The Pokemon Worlds news was insane, and we're still waiting on more developments from that. So yeah, stay hype, get your G Fuel, use code Verlisify, 20% off your G Fuel order. G Fuel is how I have the energy to make so many videos, as well as keep up with all the news in games. So let's talk about it. 19th Tera Type has been discovered. So Terrestrial Phenomenon first appeared in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, you can change your type and your weaknesses and whatever. But now the hidden treasure of Area Zero has introduced a new Tera Type. Now in the trailer, it's like, all right, cool. We have the crown, which also has implications because we've seen this before. And it's extra weird because subversion and playing all these weird games with Terapagos. That's not a pre-evolution, that's Terapagos. And then the turtle-looking one that was first revealed is actually its Terraform. We still have this, and there's the crown from the trailer. So, a lot of weird stuff and mysteries, but then that's just going into a new Tera Type that applies to all Pokemon. and I don't even know what to think, and I don't know the implications or what any of this means. So, something about it seems different from the 18 Tera Types we've seen before. So now, Tera Types separating themselves from Pokemon. Great. We needed more complexity, I guess. But much is yet unknown. What is the truth behind this Tera Type? And if you enhance, you see the rainbows around the other moves as well. So, all we have is speculation at this point. So it's hard to gauge how much value discussion about this has at this time. Like, I'm not going to start running theoretical damage calculations about something I can't even begin to speculate on. Kind of did that with the initial Tera reveal, but turns out adaptability doesn't scale to 2.5, and base Tera was 2 instead of 2.5. So, yeah, some things go wrong here. However, like, if this is a Tera type, that means there's going to be, like, some kind of acquisition for it. Could be as stupid as needing like 10 of every Tera shard. Could just be like blueberry points, where it's like, hey, if you got 100 blueberry points, I know a super secret sauce to getting you your ultimate 19th Tera type. And we don't even know what it's called. Like, it's just the 19th type. So that's the thing. Tera Blast gets a new symbol, so that's like the new symbol for the new type. Just in general, good luck, have fun with that. And the thing that spooked me out is all of the types having the rainbow around it. That's what's spooky for me, because when you hover the Tera Type, it shows you the types that are going to be affected by it. So, why is everything being affected? Is this supposed to be an augment for Stab, to where now you effectively just get a free adaptability, and then something else happens with the terrestrialization? Like, does it just make it to where you have no weaknesses, no resistances, and then Tera Blast also kind of does the same thing? Maybe it gets bumped up to 100 base power and then gets its own stab from this unique typing. See, it's like impossible to speculate about all of this going on. And then, like, you can't have stab on everything. It is a rainbow, and Terapagos does have all the types represented on it. But that just makes things immensely complicated. Also, it affecting potentially all the moves your Pokemon knows just seems way too powerful and invalidates all the other Tera types. So why not just have like every Pokemon have this, unless the synergy is so stupid good for having just like a regular one. I don't think this is going to be Tera Electric Cresselia. Also, resistances are still kind of a thing, so that could maybe be what Game Freak perceives as a balancing mechanic. But the big thing I'm going to say, and this is going to be my actual prediction about it, is that it's going to be temporary. It's probably going to have some kind of crazy overtuned feature behind it. Like I said, I think just making you effectively typeless, no weaknesses, no resistances, and then giving all of your stab moves the Tera boost, or maybe every move the Tera boost, but it only lasts for 3 turns, or until you switch out. So that's what I'm locking in for my prediction on the 19th Tera type, and I just realized something. So yeah, we got Shaman here. That has its own implications. Bring over your favorite Pokemon. Pokemon home connectivity is coming. Those are the starter Pokemon in the teal mask. That's a very heavy implication about what's going on for the DLC. And that's what it says right here, like, hidden treasure of Area 0. So you just, like, it looks like all of the Pokemon that are going to be available inside of the games are, like, available after the DLC. Also, you don't need the DLC to transfer over the Pokemon once they're just available in the game. So this is going to be a massive game update. And also does kind of make sense because if I buy the DLC, I have both Part 1 and Part 2. So it's not like it's costing Part 2 to have all the Pokemon available sooner. And then Shaman's just here. Shaman wasn't in the data mine. So does bring over your favorite Pokemon imply national DEX? I would imagine at Pokemon Worlds, especially with all the hate that Game Freak has gotten for the stupidity of bring back national DEX and also the controversies bubbling up at Pokemon Worlds, they would just want to be like, national DEX is back, and then that's like the hype, and that's where everyone just kind of like loses their mind for Pokemon Worlds. So they're kind of vague about this one, or maybe just the list we already have, plus all the legendaries, plus all the mythicals, or maybe it's only a couple of event mythicals, who knows. But then it gets extra interesting because I did the video about the DEX data mine, and it means that we don't have to like mentally try to like refigure and sort out all the Pokemon depending on what they've been revealed in the trailers. You know, we just saw Smeargle right here, so Smeargle in the Indigo Disc, but it could also just be available with the DLC, and those competitive shenanigans unlock immediately. So just a flood of new Pokemon instead of the kind of spaced out introduction from the DLC. It also means you can bring over your starter Pokemon and other favorites. Or do bring over your favorite Pokemon mean, no, if your favorite is one of the monkey Pokemon that's just been completely forgotten, there you go. You're able to bring it in. So that's a thing that we're going to have to find out about. Now let's talk about the moves. So Pokemon Worlds, we got the trend of competitive trailer. And the DLC is going to bring significant competitive changes, which I find weird. The Isle of Armor Tudor moves were either niche busted or completely unused. Remember Poltergeist? Yeah, this actually might be like one of the most forgotten moves ever, just immediately. So that's a thing, and they're doing it again for the Indigo Disc because we have a fighting move and a psychic move in an area that looks like a battle facility with the Tudor move interactions of the Blueberry Academy. So that's kind of a thing. Also kind of bringing in like different typings, but also a lot more usability in general. With this fighting type physical move, user reacts to the target's movements and then strikes it with the heel of its palm. If the target was trying to use a priority move, upper hand will get the jump on them, allowing the user to attack first and then flinch without fail. That's going to be interesting. So also if it's like just priority moves, that means prankster Pokemon completely shut down by this. Fighting type means ghost type Pokemon are safe, ghost type Tera. So if you have like prankster setup you want to do, you go ghost prankster Meowstic. Not that great defensively, but creates a really cool outplay potential, except it also takes away a lot of hype because open team sheets in VGC. So, no surprises there where it's just like, oh, he was cooking on the ghost prankster Pokemon. Insane outplay. No, there's no surprises anymore, so a lot of the skill has been removed out of VGC. And then we also have, like, if anyone's going to use this because it's just too niche otherwise. And also, this move will fail if the target wasn't readying a priority move. That seems like it's going to make it too leash, because at least if you don't, like, get the prediction on priority move, you can at least hit them for something. But no, like, just failing and whiffing and then eating a free non-priority move? Maybe that is too niche. Psychic Noise. Special move that deals damage and then makes it to where the opponent cannot heal. So it prevents the target from recovering hit points through moves, abilities, or items. Just the fattest heal block, no leftovers even, can't use rest. So it's not just like a recover block and then same thing on the abilities and stuff like that. I'm upset. The last couple of generations have been Game Freak just hating on tanks. The most anti-tank support or tank nerfs that you've seen. We also saw in this generation with the healing recovery moves all being brought down to 8. But apparently that wasn't enough according to Game Freak, so now you have to give a Psychic type move to just kind of extra shut that down, even though the most common Pokemon are the ones that can use Taunt and Encore, and that's like what you see on Dragonite movesets now, or Iron Bundle. So Pokemon have to change their identity completely to be anti-tanking. Now, maybe that kind of shows like, yeah, tank setting up and winning the game, if you don't have anything to stop them, is a problem. Now it's kind of gone the other way. It's where like that is the optimal way to play the game is just anti-tank, and it's really unfun. And because we have some different types here with unique effects, it really seems like we're going to have Isle of Armor again, so every type getting some kind of crazy thing. Maybe it plays out better, maybe it's kind of the same, maybe these moves just really don't exist as tutors anymore and are just one-offs on certain Pokemon sometimes. Poltergeist is weird, programmed in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet but cannot be selected since no Pokemon can learn it, but it's called by metronome. Huh, that's how they got that picture, I guess. Wow, good job on Bulbapedia, dude, for just metronoming until they pull off the Poltergeist. But then multiple Pokemon get dual Wing Beat out of nowhere for level up in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. That's what I mean, like, the moves are already a mess, so making it more messy is really weird to me. Let's talk about the Paradox Pokemon as well. So we have a Steel Psychic with Iron Crown. That's really weird that, like, we have Metagross coming back with the DLC, and then it's immediately power crept inside of the announcement. Especially with the new move. Steel-type special move. Oh, special. Well, that tells us a lot about this Pokemon's identity. Never misses. Evasion hasn't even been a problem for generations. It's not like people are running away with the Minimize. Encore and Taunt are making sure of that. Same thing with Whirlwind and all the other, and everyone having anti-tank. So why do we just need Never Missing being tagged into moves now? That's not what makes Kowtow Cleave like super amazing. Allowing the user to unleash 2 successive hits. Pokemon attacks by firing off blast from its horns. So we don't know a lot about how this move interacts, but what we do know is that it does 7/8 of Mimikyu's health. Now, trying to reverse engineer damage calculations from trailers is something that has been attempted, or at least like base stats from trailers is something that's been attempted since Pokemon Sun and Moon, like watching the legendary Pokemon or when Salamence was shown in one of the trailers. I barely remember, so I don't remember like exactly what's come out of that. I think it is like the Pokemon are just 0 EV, 31 IVs most of the time. And we kind of also learned that from Pokemon Sword and Shield. So maybe it is possible to figure out. Also, maybe it does something like doubling in power, so it goes like 30-60. But how does a 60 Super KO Mimikyu? Okay, now I'm just curious. Wow, I was also trying to get inspiration off of Cobalion stats, but like, it's not an offensive Pokemon at all. And it has to be more than like 129 special attack, right? I don't know. All right, so let's say 129 special attack. Mimikyu's special defense is higher than its defense, though. So, like, what is this move? Does Flash Cannon just do it because that's the power of a super effective move? Okay. Flash Cannon does kind of do it. So, like, 129 special attack, not factoring an item. Also, after, like, the break of the disguise. So, it does 1/8, which means it's going to be, like, 87.5. That means the move has to do 80 power after the first hit. Is it purely, like, no damage and then big damage just to break sashes and for some reason counter Mimikyu, which didn't really become a threat this generation after the nerfs it already had? Actually, it was kind of a nerf because, like, Dynamax let it set up. It's not like anyone's pulling Mimikyu shenanigans. Once again, Mimikyu's all anti-tank. It just pain split sub-stalling with Curse. So it's, yeah, like, you don't need to shut down Mimikyu because it's such an insane sweeping threat anymore. 60, like, I feel like it's going to do that thing where it's, like, does 30-60. Like, it has to amp. You can't just give a move that never misses 120 collective power. Especially after, like, what we've seen with Twin Beam. You know, Twin Beam, I think, is, like, a 40-40. So that's not enough damage unless they actually do crank it up to, like, 140, 145. But then the base power just kind of shows, like, yeah, you need 60. And that kind of pushes it still. Unless they are, like, playing games on the damage calc. So, something's up. I don't like it. Also, remove Mimikyu from the equation. It just does that to all Fairy-type Pokemon. As a special attacker. Then we have Raging Bolt. Electric Dragon. That's a rough typing. But I guess you go Terra Electric and then you just do, like, more damage on the Thunderclap. Electric type special move, so another special Pokemon, allows it to use first if the opposing Pokemon has chosen attack. It's Electric Sucker Punch on a powerful Pokemon. Like, doing math for Sucker Punch on, like, the most powerful Choice Band Sucker Punch Pokemon, or, like, going Swords Dance Sucker Punch on a 130, going through Pokemon Showdown on all that. Like, that's already a big thing behind trying to get Sucker Punch to go crazy. I mean, you got Urshifu and King Gambit, 135, 130, Dark Stab, and then you can also Terra. And now you can also do that on any Pokemon, but, like, slacking Tera Sucker Punch choice band doesn't really seem to be a thing. And then even like Chien Pao gets it after Sword of Ruin. So okay, like we've already tried to figure out how to get the most damage out of Sucker Punch, but its base power nerf does make it tricky on those one-shots. What's this? Is this 80 base power? Is this 85 base power on a 130 special attack Pokemon? Photosynthesis? All right, we already can figure that one out. So, man, that kind of opens up some options too, where like you photosynthesis into special attack. So it's like a life orb that doesn't hurt you. Okay, we know through damage theory, life orb is fraudulent, but still, let's play with this. Like you go Tera Electric, and now you just have priority, or you do whatever else you need to. Maybe it's like a 101 speed, because power creep. And then it just gets to like one-shot you with a neutral Tera Electric Choice Specs Thunderclap. I mean, Raikou is already a thing with its 115 special attack and 115 speed. So like, bro, why are you power creeping legendaries, Game Freak? We've already kind of seen that with just Iron Bundle having stats that legendary Pokemon wish they had. Like, okay, more special attack and more speed than a Raikou. That's really fun and interactive, Game Freak, while they're just wasting 85 attacks. So what do they do? 65 attack, 135 special attack, maybe 110 speed, and then for some reason 95 hit points. I don't know. It's scary, but it's going to be damage, and I don't like it. But there we go, guys. Actually, some pretty crazy stuff just coming out of the random trailer a week after we had a Pokemon Presents. So, but there we go, guys. A lot of crazy information, to be honest. I wasn't expecting that a week after the Pokemon Presents for the competitive trailer of DLC, but we get like big new gameplay mechanics and big updates with implications. Also Pokemon transfer details. Wild. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.